Welcome to another production of ParkTV 16 Sports on Location. Tonight we are in St. Louis Park, Minnesota, bringing you girls varsity lacrosse. And in this match tonight, it is Metro West Conference rivals Chanhassen versus St. Louis Park. I'm Robert Christensen. Glad you're with us. We're streaming live on YouTube, and the Storm coming in with a 9-3 record, taking on the Orioles 4-8. And the last time I was here for an Orioles girls varsity match, they played very well, a convincing win, and we'll look to see if they can repeat that performance now that ParkTV 16 is here. Again, glad you're with us. Weather here couldn't be better. Just been a gorgeous afternoon in the Twin Cities area, 78, 80 degrees, light winds, I think, out of the west. And it's just turning out to be a lovely night for lacrosse as well. And now Chanhassen will come out. From the left, they'll be in the dark jerseys, and of course the Orioles in their familiar orange and black. And let's see who's going to come out to do the face-off, the all-important face-off in lacrosse. We all know that is such an important part of the game because you can't score if you don't have possession of the ball, and so we'll see how that works out here between the Orioles and Chanhassen. I'm looking to see if they played each other earlier this year, and I see they have not. And I also note our St. Louis Park Orioles have lost 4 in a row, so they're going to be looking to get on the winning side of things tonight, and no better night to do it at home against these Chanhassen Storm. As I mentioned, they were 9-3 coming in. And in their last 5 games, quite the opposite. They are 4-1 in their last 5, last beating Waconia 16-0. Although I saw Waconia when they played Benil the other night, and that didn't go very well. So now we're underway here, whistle, and they're going to award it right away to Chanhassen, and they will get the first attack underway here. 25 minutes on the board, first half. Metro West Girls Varsity Lacrosse. Here comes number 10. Let's see, that is 4. Get my program straight here. 10 is Allie Welder. Now driving and turning it back. Now Welder has it on the near side of the arc. And nifty pass to number 11, or excuse me, that is number 13, Lily White. Clock continues to wind down at 12:07, and a free opportunity here for the Chanhassen Storm, and they take advantage on that free attempt. Goal going to, I can't see the number, 16 it looks like. Number 16 is Allie McPartland, and here she comes running off. So right there, number 16, 1-6, McPartland gets the goal. That comes exactly 1 minute into the match. So the Storm off to a great start here on the road with their first possession.
Number 16, Allie McPartland. Time of the goal, 1 minute. McPartland at 1 minute.
So now Chanhassen will come back out to try to repeat that. To do the center activities for the Storm is Tatum Nyan. They won the first faceoff, and it resulted in a goal. That's why these faceoffs are so critical. And this time, Park can't quite catch up with that either. That's number 16, McPartland, who just got that goal with the possession of the ball as she trots into the offensive zone. She will set up shop from the top of the perimeter. Now to number 10, that is Welder. Welder now will work the right side. Good defense by the Orioles as they are being aggressive on that outside. Now coming right in and shooting it. Otos makes the save as she spins that ball around. Very confident goaltender, very experienced and skilled. But there was a whistle prior to that, and an infraction against the Orioles. Another free shot here for the Storm. This time, instead of throwing the ball at the net, they pass it, and it miscues and over the head, and that's going to be an unforced error against the Storm, and that was a critical turnover for the Orioles that could have been easily 2-0 on that sequence, and now almost interception. They've got to clear the ball now as there's an aggressive forecheck being put on by the Storm, and it works. That's number 5 who scoops it up, Emerson Luco, And now here the Storm again with their third offensive foray. That's number 7 behind the net, Ava Stewart, the attacker. And now they'll slow it down to set up their offense. In the corner, that looks like number 1, Gabby Boujan. Now they move it around. That's number 8, Nyan. She'll trot to the center. Now to number 3, that is Cassidy Bergstrom. Bergstrom, they play catch. Now driving was number 8 again, Nyan, and her shot goes wide left. And it looks like the Storm will retain possession. I look at the clock, 22 minutes approximately left in half number 1. Our score 1-0. Storm have dominated on offense. They possessed the ball the entire first 3 minutes here. Now number 10 with it, Allie Welder. To number 16, McPartland. Oh, excuse me, 10 has it, Welder. And she spins and that draws a whistle, and there's going to be an infraction called against the Orioles, and that's going to be number 10 with the free opportunity, but from pretty far out. And there's the pass and the shot and the goal by the Storm. That's the exact play that they wanted to execute just a moment ago, and it went over her head. This time they connect for the goal. And I think it's number 16. At least our camera is focused on her. I think that could be another goal for McPartland. Let's see if we can see the replay for confirmation.
Scoring for Chanhassen, number 16, Allie McPartland.
So that's Allie
The assist goes to
McPartland's
number
second
10,
goal
Allie
of the evening.
Welder. Time of the goal, 3:22. McPartland from Welder at 3:22.
So McPartland from Welder, 21:38 remaining, back to the center circle. Orioles yet to win a faceoff. This will be their 4th attempt. And they whip it out of there, and it's loose, and the Storm have it. They are awful quick in that faceoff circle, aren't they? Now the pass to the left side, driving in the shot, and another goal just like that. Goal number 3, that's number 1, Gabby Bujan, or Bugan, I would imagine. Apologies to anyone listening that might be offended, but that was a heck of a goal, and she is a heck of an athlete. Did you see her cut into the middle and just, like nobody's business, had a vision in mind, and she executed it and put that ball behind a pretty good goaltender in Odos. But the Storm, they're 9-3 on the year. They've won their last 4. And we're starting to see why here. They are really a well put together team here all around. We haven't seen their defense tested, but they have been testing the Orioles defense as they've got 3 early goals, and we've still got 21.5 minutes to go. And look at that face-off execution as they possess the ball, and they miscue on that pass. And let's see who it's going to be awarded to, and they're going to give it to the Orioles. So now they have it. Last time they had struggled to get it out of their own zone. So that's goal number 1 in the mission here, to get on that scoreboard. And look at the aggressive defense by the Storm. They are chasing her all the way behind the net. They are not messing around on the press, are they? They are not. And they're forcing some errors there, and now they almost come away with it as the Orioles fight back. Number 18 especially was Amelia Beach. Tried to get it back, but now here come the Storm back in business. Number 10, Welder. They move right in and put it in the goal on the right side. That was, again, Gabby Bugan. Goal number 4, her second of the night. 4 total for the Storm, and that goal comes with 20:38 to go. And we are off to the races.
Chanhassen, number 2, Sophie Cook.
This, by the way, is Chanhassen's last game of the year, of the conference schedule in the regular season. So sections will be starting probably next week. They'll set the seedings and the pairings over the weekend, I imagine, and you can look for those. And I'm sure the Orioles will be placed somewhere. Obviously, we might be there. I'm not sure what our schedule is, but we're glad you're with us here tonight on a gorgeous, feels like a Friday night because of the national holiday, but it's actually Thursday, and it's just gorgeous out there. But let's see if the Orioles can make it a little brighter for their home fans. First thing, get possession of the ball into the offensive zone. Start from there, and right there, number 8, just dominating that face-off circle. No other way to talk about it. Tatum, Nyan. And now good defense by the Orioles. Coming away with it is Odos. The outlet pass misses the mark, and it's intercepted by Allie Welder. Welder right inside and a goal quickly. Boy, when you make a mistake, they are going to punish you relentlessly, the Storm. They are missioned for goals, and they are very efficient. Lily White with that goal, number 13, took the pass from Welder. Or Nyan, was it? No, it was Welder. Nyan won that face-off. She single-handedly just stole it, then got it ahead to Welder. Welder then drives and then hits Lily White. And Odos was handcuffed. There's nothing she could do, and it scores now 5-0, and there's 20 minutes, 14 seconds remaining. So St. Louis Park taking their time getting into the circle, probably regrouping. You know, it's gut check time here. They're going to substitute someone else in for the face-off. That's, I can't see her number. Since I'm stationed right on the 50-yard line, so and they don't have a number on their front, so it's only on the back. And I think that's 35, Gretchen Fandel Thompson. So she substituted in for number 27, Madeline Acklam. And it's so far paying off. The Orioles have it, and this is their first foray into the offensive attack. So let's see what they can get going here. And they throw an interception right there, and now they break out the fast break, and look at that. And now a miscue by number 1 for the Storm. And now they get it right back, and here they come. That is Bugon. She's tall, and she takes the shot, goes low on Odos. Odos saves it. Rebound, though, loose in front. Now picked up by Gretchen Fandel Thompson. And now the Storm have it right back, and that is really the big issue here, is just being able to stop the Storm from taking it from you, and that is a tall task. They're really good at it. Meantime, though, Orioles will have it right here. And she is surrounded by 3 Storm, and she breaks through. Nicely done on the far side. That is number 1, Meg Ridgway. Ridgway looking really good on that far side. Breaks it in the offense, and now just as they tried to break it towards the middle around the 20-yard line, it gets knocked out of her basket, but an infraction against the Storm allows the Orioles to maintain possession. And now their deepest foray into the Storm as they bring it all the way behind the net. And that is just a good psychological thing. Like, we can get the ball here. Now she takes a hit. And that draws a whistle. So now an opportunity for the Orioles with a free shot from a tough angle. But if she can get a step ahead of the defense, she might have a chance to put the Orioles on the board right here. And she decides to back off. Didn't think she had enough speed probably to get there. Wise choice, perhaps. Now the Orioles will set up their offense. Centering pass. Nope, it does. I lost track of it. It looks like the Storm have it. And look at that outlet pass received by number 7 for the Storm. That was Ava Stewart on the fly. And now a whistle around midfield in the Orioles zone results in their being awarded possession of the ball. Clock continues to run down. 18 minutes remaining. First half, Orioles now have it. And just like that, the turnover now bumps back out. And the Storm safely have it back in the offensive zone. That's Ava Stewart. Stewart now trots to the right side of the perimeter. Being pushed out nicely there by number 27, Acklam. Now to the top of the key to 8. That is Nyan. Nyan with it now. Now to the near side. Welder. Welder inside. Got it to number 14, Hannah Grimm, and she went low and skipped it in there. Looked like right inside that right pipe and beat Odos for goal number 6. And that was a nifty pass and a nifty cut executed by the Storm.
Rim. The assist goes to number 10, Allie Welder.
So Hannah Grimm from Welder on goal number 6 for the Storm. There is 17:26 remaining first half. And we'll go back to the center circle, and it looks like number 35, Gretchen Fandel Thompson, will do the honors. And as she has all night long, Tatum Nyan in the face-off circle for the Storm, and she is fairly much dominated tonight at that face-off circle. And there is the ball, and it's in the basket of number 16, Allie McPartland. She scored the first 2 of the night. Now number 7 for the Storm, Ava Stewart. Back to Stewart now. She turns upfield, looking at Grimm. Grimm now to 16, McPartland to number 10, Welder. Nyan will trade places on that far side. They're just taking their time here. They got a 6-goal lead. No reason to rush. And sooner or later, they're going to take their shot. But they're backing off here. Look at them all back up now. That perimeter is really, they're trying to open up the middle probably. That's what it appears. You can see them jousting before the net. That's 13, Lily White, and the St. Louis Park Orioles just tailing her around. They are, it's like the one in zone. Look at the move by Bugan. Spin move like Chuck Foreman of the 70s Vikings. But a good stop there by the Orioles, and Odos almost struggled with it, as she did struggle with it, but got it back. And now a whistle away from the play, it appears, from the far side judge. And it's not clear to me what the situation is, except I'll tell you there's 16 minutes remaining in half number 1. Our score 6-0. Orioles on defense in their own zone, and it looks like following that whistle, the ball was awarded to Gabby Bugan for the Storm, and they've got everybody in place, and now she'll come in. She gets Malachi crunched and backs away, and then that drew a whistle from the near side judge. And I'm not sure what that call was, but it looks like Bugan's going to get a free shot at Odos right here from that 45-degree angle. She comes right in and gets it deflected out. Nice defense by Odos and the Orioles, and now Gretchen Fandel Thompson has it. She outraces 4 Storm members and comes down, spins around, a whistle. Did she step out of bounds? No, but they retain possession, and now it's intercepted by Allie McPartland. Boy, the Storm, they play the lane so well. They're a good team is what they are. Okay, now number 10 with it, Allie Welder to number 16, McPartland. Nyan, McPartland. And they are energized here. They don't like getting stuffed by Odos, and they're going to get right back in there. Could you tell the difference in their demeanor? They waited around, and then when they got denied, they're mad, and they want to get it in there. I say that in a positive sense, but they seem a lot more motivated, where earlier they were just sort of being a little melancholy out there. And that is their competitive spirit, and there's a shot and another save by Odos, as she's schooling him in the goal tonight. Nice job by Odos. Might light a fire for these Orioles if they can get a little bit of daylight on that far side as they rush it up. Nice outlet pass at midfield, and they'll carry it in the offense. This is the best they've looked all night, and they couldn't quite connect on that pass. I think that was intended for, and now she picks it up. Nice speed and athleticism on display by the Orioles. Right there, and now they're in offense, and just this last 30 seconds, they have looked really good. Let's see if that keeps up here. I think those saves by Odos, that would inspire me to want to play better. Look what she's doing for us. Let's get out there and make something happen. All right, here they are, the Orioles, and they are looking good there. It's Ridgway on the far side. That looks like 27, Acklam. Acklam, she's got a height advantage out there. No, that's not Acklam. I'm sorry. That was number 15, I believe. I can't tell. All right, now chance here for the Orioles. That's number 16 with it, Anna McCallan. And the referee will come out to make sure there's the appropriate spacing for things like this. And now a chance, although she's far out. Will she decide to play it? No, she goes down, and now she'll bring it out to the near side. That is Fandel Thompson. She'll try that right side. Oh, look at the cutback, and she was brought out. Looked like she attempted a shot from the right side, and it drew a whistle, and we'll see. It looks like the Orioles are going to get it back a lot closer to the net here. This is their best opportunity to get on the board tonight. right here with 12:43 to go. Right side shot by Fandel Thompson. Couldn't tell if the goaltender number 22, her name is Katie Colleran, got a piece of it if it went right. Colleran. Now the Orioles will retain possession. This has been their longest time of possession, possessing the ball of the evening, so quite an improvement. Always good to see. Number 16 now. That, again, was Anna McCallan. And McCallan has it. Now back out, and the Storm have it. Again, that's number 14. She has a goal already tonight. That is Hannah Grimm. She gets it to the near side on the flank. That's number 7, Ava Stewart. Now back to Grimm. She gets it deflected out from behind. Great defensive play by the Orioles. And I can't get, what's her number there? I can't tell. No one else can either up here. They're so small. I think it's 30. She did a great job too, but I don't know who she is. So my apologies. Next time the budget, bigger numbers for us old guys up here. All right, but that was a nice defensive play. She knows who she is, and you know who she is. And that's what matters, was how great of an athletic defensive play that was. Meanwhile, though, the Storm have it with 11:15 to go. And now they slow it down. That is Grimm, number 14. Low pass behind the net. Now to the far side. They'll bring it around the horn. And now look at the Orioles with a little aggressive defense now on the perimeter. The farthest I've seen them out this evening. Nifty pass inside, shot, and how that got by Odos, I don't know it. From my angle, and I'm looking right down at them, I thought she had that save, but somehow it got by her. And we only have one cameraman. Nobody's in the truck, so we don't have any replays tonight. So we're a little short-staffed. So with no replays to be able to see that. But that looks like number 10. Number 16, McPartland. So she has the hat trick tonight. And the assist goes to Tatum Nyan.
14, McPartland from 9 at 1-4-1-4.
That goal comes with 10:46 remaining. Back to the center circle. And it's going to be Gretchen Fandel Thompson to take on number 8, Tatum Nyan. And Fandel Thompson has been a little better at winning the ball, so let's see if she can dig in here. You can see her competitive spirit, just how she conducts herself out there. She's a fighter for sure. And I'm not sure what happened there. I'm not schooled enough on all the nuances of lacrosse, clearly, but all I know is the Orioles have it, and that's number 22. That I know, that's Kate Grimm. Grimm now on the far side. Look at her try to get an angle, but pushed back nicely on defense by number 5, Emerson Lucko for the Storm. But the Orioles maintain possession near side. That's number 16, Anna McCallan. McCallan now, and the Storm are also aggressive in a man-to-man defense out there. Now Gretchen Fandel Thompson. Far out. Look at the perimeter defense as they do the shift there. There's a switch in their defense, as you can see. It's almost like a matchup zone if you know basketball. It's exactly what it is. So you play man-to-man, but when they leave your zone, you hand them off to someone else. So it's not exactly like a zone. It's a man-to-man, but you stay in your zone. Little different. It's a hybrid is basically what it is. Okay, now on the far side, there's a whistle, and the ball is awarded back to the Orioles and Fandel Thompson. She gets rid of it quickly. The ball gets rushed in the middle. Looks like there's an opening, but there's a Storm defender. And now with the cross check, that draws a whistle from the near side judge. And it looks like the Orioles are going to get an opportunity. They're a little far out. They'd like to be a little closer. Storm look like they have a little bit of a speed advantage, and wisely they don't try to play that speed game. They probably would have lost and not got a shot and lost the ball. So wise move there, in my opinion, by the Orioles, and now it gets stripped away. But you got to pass it around a lot more. If you hold on to it too long, they're going to close in on you. That's clear from what I just saw there. So you got to keep it moving. Down low, and a nice shot. Best one of the night, maybe the only one on goal, and also a good save right at Katie Colleran. But a great opportunity there for the Orioles. So they are improving. They finally got a shot on goal, and it was a decent one at that, and they worked hard to get it. They look good. And now the Storm, unfortunately, are back in their defensive zone looking for their 8th goal with 8:40 to go in the first half. And the Storm setting up shop, and they'll see how they move it around. Nobody really holds on to it very long, do they? You don't see a lot of that. Does prevent the defense from being able to smother one player. You hold it too long, they'll move in, and before you know it, you're surrounded by 3 defenders and you're trapped. All right, now Storm taking their time here as we approach 8 minutes to go. They're up 7-0, so no reason to hurry. That is number 14 with the pass. Hannah Grimm, and the save by Odos. She's a very skilled defender. Don't let that score fool you. She's made at least as many saves tonight. She holds on to it. Look at the aggressive forecheck by the Storm. Just tailing every one of them. Odos might have to rush it up herself. I've seen her do that before, and now she finally gets it out. Barely, and she's getting harassed by number 14, Hannah Grimm. And that draws a card. I've never seen a card drawn. A yellow card was that. And she runs off, so I think there's going to be a player advantage here. I've never seen a card pulled. I didn't know they used cards like they do in soccer. I've seen players have to come out and take a knee, but no cards. So yellow card, I'm not sure what that means, but the clock says 7.5 minutes to go. I'll try to remember when she gets to go back in. We'll have some idea. If it's anything more than a minute, it was a major penalty. Okay, now number 16. McPartland right in close, tried to pass it back to number 3, Bergstrom, and misconnected, and the ball came back out, and the whistle occurred, and the clock is stopped with 7:07 left. And now it's running again, and it's exactly 7 minutes to go. And meanwhile, on the field, that is going to be number 16, Allie McPartland. And is an Oriole being asked to have a knee too? It looks like it. Nope, they're just repositioning him. And now they decide to wheel back. McPartland does as she gets double teamed, but does a Fran Tarkenton spin move, finds some open space, tried to get it into the middle, and then a whistle and a stoppage of the play, but the clock continues to wind down. That's a rule change from last year. Not stopping the clock as often. It just usually keeps running through these stoppages. Last year or the year before, they would stop it at every whistle. Now, and as they sort it out, it does take up a lot of game time, though, doesn't it? All right, we got everybody in place. I feel like it's like a director at a play, and you go, okay, this character stands there, this one sits there, let's go, and then action. So here we are in the action, and that is McPartland for the Storm. Under 6 minutes remaining first half. Nice pass there, almost intercepted, but able to thread the needle. And now a whistle, and I think that's number 10 for the Storm, Allie Welder. And she's going to go right in on Sotos here, and she takes the shot and goes high. And, you know, Sotos is looking right back up at that sun as well. That might have a blinding effect. And if that's what the case was, it was smart for her to go high. And Sotos then, unfortunately, gives up her 8th goal of the night, but nothing she could do.
Number 10, Allie Welder.
So Welder gets her, I don't know, I think that might be her 3rd goal. So now we're at the 8th goal. That comes with 5:35 remaining. You're watching ParkTV 16 Sports. Glad you're with us. We're streaming live on YouTube. Beautiful evening here. If you're close by, come on down for the second half. They've got concessions. It's a gorgeous night. The band is here. They played a great rendition of the national anthem. So everybody's here, and if you live in the neighborhood, come on down too. Get a popcorn, something to drink. Enjoy the beautiful sunset coming over the west, and a nice breeze as well. So no one's complaining out there, despite the score, depending on which town you're from coming here. But now back to the center circle. Clock says 5:35 to go. And off the face-off, the ball ends up in McPartland's basket, and she has had the ball a lot tonight. and has scored 3 as a result. Now number 10 is Welder to Grimm to number 7, Ava Stewart. I've almost got them memorized now. Now on the far side, that's Bugan. She's dangerous when she rushes the net. Now at the top, that's Nyan to Welder to Grimm. As the clock continues to wind down, 5 minutes to go, half number 1. Right now, it's as if they're just playing catch in the park on a Sunday afternoon, and that's exactly, I would believe, is a good strategy when you're up 8-0 on the road. No reason to risk unnecessary injury, especially right before the playoffs. As we look at Gretchen Fandel Thompson, and I love watching her play. I'd like her on my team anytime. Just the way she plays, she's really tough out there, very competitive and really talented. Meanwhile, the Storm have it, and that is number 9 this time, Grace Thomas. And she drew some contact there, which caused the whistle, and now Grimm has it, and Nyan has it, and now Welder has it, and now McPartland has it, and now she gives it to Bugan. So around the horn we go. I look at the clock, and now we're under 4 to go, so they're going to milk the clock here. I know there's a mercy rule. I believe it's 12, which means they run the clock no matter what is going on the field. There's a nice pass ahead and a nice defense by Sotos, but boy, that play right there. Too bad we're not doing replay tonight, because they really are great at executing those plays, Chanhassen. I'm curious to see which teams beat them this year. They have 3 losses. Oh, they did score on that. Gabby Bugan, I think that's her 4th tonight. She got the goal. I couldn't tell right away. It looked like the save was made. And now they come right back in again, and Sotos this time does make the save. So the score is 9-0 with 3:23 to go. There's a real glare from my angle as well up here in the press box with the sun coming down, so it's a little difficult to see from my angle. Oh, that's no goal. Oh, I was right. My mistake again. I made 2 mistakes. One was I didn't think it was a goal. Then I said it was, and it wasn't. So there you go. Every once in a while, a blind squirrel finds a nut, and I'm glad I got that accurate. Okay, now the Storm. Behind the net is number 7. Ava Stewart, of course, and now on the far side, and I look at the clock, under 3 minutes remaining. That is Nyan. Welder now being hassled by number 27, Madeline Acklam for the Orioles. So she's not done playing aggressive defense as we approach the end of the first half. And there weaving is Grimm, and she burns Odos at the shoulder level, number 14. That is Hannah Grimm, and she put on a nice move there, didn't she, to free herself up. And she came in point blank to score that. So now we're back to 9-0 with 2:25 remaining in half number 1. This is a Metro West girls varsity match. Orioles came in 4-8, and the clock remains stopped as the players make their way slowly to the center circle. And who can blame them for not wanting to take their time? It's just a lovely day to be out there, I'm imagining, throwing the ball around. I mean, you don't want it to end. It's just so gorgeous out here. And finally, real summer weather in Minneapolis. We had some real hot days in April, but this is much, much nicer with the breeze, low humidity, no bugs. Perfect. All right, back to the center circle. Gretchen Fandel Thompson against Nyan. And that is a case won by Fandel Thompson, excuse me. Gretchen Fandel Thompson able to muscle that away from Nyan. But right away the Storm get it back on the turnover, and look at that beautiful pass. That is something to behold. You got to tell you how hard that is. Now ahead to number 16, McPartland. I mean, it's at eye level. You're running. You got players all over the place. You could get hit. Take that in on the dead run is that would take some practice, no question about it. Okay, now Storm with possession, 1:45 remaining. And Nyan, number 8, over to the far side. They'll wheel it around behind the net. Again, that's number 7, Ava Stewart. Stewart to number 3, Bergstrom. And to Welder. She looks back at the clock. She saw it said 1.5 minutes to go. And they're going to probably wait to a time here and then probably try to take one more stab at a goal unless they go a little earlier. And there was McPartland trying to test the defense, and they got back on that. Now Ava Stewart. And they'll continue to milk this clock here, won't they? That is Bergstrom to Welder. McPartland.
1 minute remaining in the first half. Less than 1 minute.
50 seconds remaining. Storm, they're going to wind this clock down, I believe. And now Welder comes right in and takes the shot and beats Odos. Right down the center of the lane. She was able to free herself with her speed, and their overall, what did they draw a whistle there, or what's going on? I'm not.
Scoring for Chanhassen, number 10, Allie.
Actually, I don't think that was a goal. It certainly was, but they called it back, and it looks like they called a penalty because it is Stewart going to take the shot. So obviously there was an infraction called, and now she deposits it back in the net again just to make it certain. And we are now at 10-0.
Number 10, Allie Welder.
So Welder is going to get credited with goal number 10 for the Storm. That comes with 37.4 seconds remaining. And we are going to take our time getting back to the center circle to finish out half number 1.
This game is now in running time.
All right, center circle, Nyan versus Gretchen Fandel-Thompson. Last time, Gretchen got this one. Oh, and it went behind her, and Nyan takes it away. As she rushes in, look at that speed. She comes right in on Odos, and Odos snags it right out of the thin air. She's got such quick hands out there. So effective on defense. Great save there, robbing her of that goal, actually, Nyan. Now, the Storm, usually they're not happy after they get denied by Odos, so now they have 7 seconds, but we are in running time now with the differential at 10-0, and it's going to run out here before they get a chance to start play. And there is the horn, signifying of half number 1. You're watching ParkTV 16 Sports. Come on back for half number 2. 10-0 is our score.
First, they said cigarettes were safe. We know how that turned out. Now, they say they didn't market e-cigarettes to teens. Fact, more than 1 in 4 high school students are vaping, and 80% say their first e-cigarette was flavored. Vaping is harmful to developing brains. The reason we think vaping is safe? Marketing. Same lies, different day. Tell Big Vape to quit lying.
Welcome back to ParkTV 16 Sports on location. We are about to begin half number 2 of Metro West Girls Varsity Lacrosse, featuring the Orioles here at home, taking on the Storm on the road, and our score 10-0. If you're an Orioles fan, that's not great news, but it's a beautiful night here in St. Louis Park on the campus of St. Louis Park High School, St. Louis Park Stadium, I think they call it. And it is a gorgeous night with the sun setting, not even close, high in the sky still. Approaching 7 o'clock at night on a beautiful Thursday night of Memorial Weekend. I'm Robert Christensen. Glad you're with us here on ParkTV 16 Sports. And here we are in running time because of the score differential. So 25 minutes on the board. And it will continue to run despite the whistles, despite the goals, and despite everything else. And the Storm have the ball again, their first possession on offense of the second half. To begin the match, they've scored, I think, on their first 3 or 4 in a row. Let's see if they get off to the same type of start here in the second half. Getting more goals is probably not necessary to win the match, but nevertheless, that is the goal of the game, so you can't blame them for wanting to score a little bit more here in the second half. But I think they'll be a lot more deliberate as we look at Bugan with it. Number 1, she's got several goals tonight of the 10, at least 3, and now the pass underneath, and the goal is scored by Welder, and she has multiple goals as well, and it's 11-0. That goal comes with 23 and a half minutes to go, but the clock will continue to run down as we're now at 23 minutes and 15 seconds remaining, and our score 11-0.
Time of the goal, 1:29. McPartland at 1.
So McPartland will get credit for that goal on the pass from Bugan, and it's 11-0. Clock continuing to wind down as we slowly come back to the face-off circle, and there was Nian on the wrong side. She had forgotten they would switch sides there. Kind of a funny thing. Is Gretchen Fandel Thompson came up and said, no, other side. So here we are, Nian going against Fandel Thompson at the center circle, and she whips it right back to herself. Can't quite control it just yet, but in the dominating position, she scoops it up nicely, and she'll wheel around as she gets double teamed. And look at the speed of Nyan, just running away from the defenders, getting out of trouble. And that is really a key factor in the difference between these two teams. Team speed is a decided edge for the Storm, and a big reason why they're up 11-0 here. Now they have the ball, their second offensive possession of the second half, scooped up by Welder, now to Grimm. Now Welder keeps it. Now back to Grimm as they switch places, and there's the Orioles out on defense. They're not going to have any of that wasting time, and they've got to come out and be aggressive to play honestly. They know if they're going to get it back in this game, they've got to get the ball back, and that's what they're trying to do. But in the meantime, the Storm have other ideas as they get their 12th goal right there into the sunshine, and I couldn't see from the glare. I'm looking right at it, and I'll wait to hear from the PA announcer who got credit for that goal. Do we know?
Scoring for Chanhassen, number 16, McPartland.
Allie McPartland, I think that's her 5th.
The assist goes to number 10, Allie Welder.
And the 10, Allie Welder will get the assist. So McPartland from Welder. And the clock will continue to wind down. 21 minutes remaining. Running time here. The mercy rule in effect, and Gretchen Fandel Thompson once again against Nyan, and it's scooped up by Welder, and she is off to the races in the offensive zone, and she'll pull up at around the 25 in the middle, gets it to Nyan. Now Grimm on the far side, in the far corner to Bugan. Bugan now. She'll trot over. Nope, is that number 7? I'm sorry, that's not Bugan. That's number 7, Ava Stewart. My fault. They're really far out there looking right into the sun. Now to the near side, that's McPartland. She's got a bushel full of goals tonight here, as they are clearly dominating. Look at her speed as she gets right around the defender, Meg Ridgway, and then pulls up and wheels back around. Now Nyan takes a shot, gets deflected, ball loose. She picks it up again as she backtracks and able to keep her balance and possession of the ball. The athleticism by Nyan, number 8, on display. And now a whistle from behind the action is going to result in a free opportunity for the Storm, and that's Nyan with it at about a 45-degree angle on the perimeter from the near side. Sotos, lots of room there. Will she take it in single-handedly? Nope, she takes it back. A little too much space there. No reason to take the abuse when you go in there on defense. So she wisely turned it back around with 12-goal lead here in the second half in running time. And now McPartland has it. And look at the defense of St. Louis Park. They are being aggressive, aren't they? Coming out, challenging the action despite the deficit. Very impressive there. Not going away easily, trying to make things difficult. Now McPartland. Content just to walk around, let that clock continue to wind down. We're under 19 minutes remaining in running time in the second half. Our score 12-0. Chanhassen came in with a 9-3 record. They're going to go to 10-3, obviously. Orioles going to go to 4-9, and now a shot, Nyan, but a whistle before the shot, I thought I heard. And there is a signal from the referee behind the net. And let's see what it is going to be. And it looks like Nyan is going to get a point-blank range opportunity against Odos. And I think she's going to take this one. She takes a shot. Odos deflects it. It might have gone off her right hand. She was shaking it there perhaps. But a good save by Odos all the same. Here in the second half. But on the rebound, the Storm retained possession. That's number 13 behind the net, Lily White. Now I believe that's Bugin or Stewart. Bugan or Stewart. I can't tell. It's one of those two back there. Oh, I look like 7. Stewart, perhaps. Now on the near side, that's McPartland. She trots to the top of the key, tries to break free as she does with that burst of speed, and she beats Odos on the drive to the right side, and she crossed over in front of Odos and went low to her feet to get that ball for the 13th goal for the Storm. 13-0 our score. That comes with approximately 17 and a half minutes remaining.
Scoring for Chanhassen,
And
number
13-0 is our score.
Time of the goal, 7:22.
So they are in fine form, these Storm. I'm looking to see if we have the standings close by here. Are they leading the conference? Let's see, I do have that stat. Benilde St. Margaret's is leading the conference at 5-1 in the Metro West, 10-2 overall. Jefferson 5-1 and Chanhassen 5-1, 9-3. So those three schools are bunched at the top of the standings, fighting for the crown of Metro West varsity. So this game is very important, I believe, to these Chanhassen Storm, and maybe the goal differential will have something to do with the seedings in the section, so I can see why they're going to want to keep scoring here. I'm not sure if that's an indicator of how they seed teams that are tied or not, but it might be, and so they are tied in the conference with Jefferson and Benilde. So I expect they're going to try to get more goals here, but I think they are letting off the gas here a little bit, I believe, and they should. But they're going to still try to score. And look at St. Louis Park taking risks out there on defense, really extending out, which makes them vulnerable underneath. And that shot goes wide right. And it looks like the ball's going to remain in possession of the Storm. We're now under 16 minutes to go. Behind the net, looks like that's Stewart, number 7. She'll turn back around. Look at the aggressive defense. Trying to push her around, but she'll speed up, come around, take the shot high, and it does end up in the back of the net. That was Ava Stewart, I believe. 7 getting the goal unassisted, it would appear to me. And that goal comes with approximately 15 and a half minutes to go, and it's 14-0. And there she is, Ava Stewart, with the goal.
7, Ava Stewart.
And I think that's more than one for her.
9:23. Stewart at 9:23.
So overall, a tough night for the Orioles as they are down 2 touchdowns to the Chanhassen Storm, including the extra point. So 14-0 our score. I'm looking to see if the Orioles have another. No, this is their last game of the year too, I believe. It is for both teams. So sections start next week. Not sure what our broadcast schedule is going to be, but if not, it's been a pleasure watching girls varsity lacrosse. I was here for their other game when we were broadcasting, and it was a nice win for the Orioles. They looked really good, and their program looks like it's on the upswing. But tonight they have run into a superior team here in the Storm, and now they have the ball again, and that is Welder with it as she trots in on the near hash mark. Now back to Bugan. McPartland And I believe that's number 4 now checking into the game, Bella Rosinski, Rosalenka. Now Bugan playing catch with number 6, Jaden Hahn, who's checked in for the Storm. So some substituting now going on the Storm side of it. And I imagine it looks like the Orioles as well. Good time to get players that don't get as much playing time in the game. Any varsity experience when you're coming up the ranks is always helpful. It's a different level of intensity at any sport when you get to the high school level, even from junior varsity or B squad. And just getting out there and feeling that is always good experience. But we watch Bugan get another goal, and she's got a bushel full as well, at least a half bushel, and that's 15 now the tally for the Storm.
Timeout, St. Louis Park.
And St. Louis Park is going to prolong the match. And they do stop the clock, though, with the timeout. So there is one thing that does stop the clock in running time. I guess it would be absurd to not stop the clock. That's what a timeout is. So 13-17 remaining. And that last goal was by Bugan with 11:43 into the match. There's 13-17 remaining. Clock stopped due to the timeout taken by St. Louis Park. And I think they're just, I think now would be a good time to have a pep talk. It's got to be tough to be out there playing 15-0, but this is what builds character. And to motivate them to get out there and just try to execute some basic stuff, maybe get a goal here, and you know, but it is what it is. And continue to have fun and try to improve. That's what you're there to do. That's would be my speech to the team. And other things that they may have noticed that, you know, keep improving. And there's next year, and there's sections coming up, and they do have some ability here. They've got 4 wins on the year. And also maybe just reorganizing if some players that don't play often, you know, get some extra instruction of, you know, you're going to be out there for another 13 minutes. And now I'm watching them as I discuss this, so just kind of watching the body language. It looks like the Orioles are going to wrap up their conference with the coach. They are all around Odos, clearly one of the leaders on the team, in goal. And she is fun to watch. She really has quick moves on defense, fearless out there in goal. And she does have cat-like quick hands, and she can pull point-blank shots out of the thin air. And that's always a fun thing to watch for me, and I hope it is for you too. And let's see if she's got a few more magic saves coming up here with 13 minutes remaining. We go back now to the center circle. Bugan had just scored, or Ava Stewart, I believe, had just scored that last one. And there's 13 minutes, 17 seconds on the clock. Sun continues to slowly move closer to the horizon, and the night just gets lovelier and lovelier. The wind looks to have died down a little bit, looking at the flags, and we're about to begin here in the second half. And the referee has got the cake in the oven, and on the face-off, the Storm have it, then they lose it, now they have it. That's number 6, Jaden Hahn, and she draws a whistle immediately. She hits the deck hard, and looks like the Orioles are going to get it. And they do have, nope, it is the Storm that have it. That was Hahn, now to the far side, Grimm, now to Stewart. And number 3, that is Bergstrom. Now to the near side, McPartland. She'll back it up, looking for a cutter. Much like basketball, cutting in the lane, point guard throwing it in. There's so many different sports that affect this game. It's a lot like soccer, hockey, basketball, all of those. Now they wheel around, and the pass, I thought it was deflected in front, and it was, and now it's loose on the near side, and it's picked up by St. Louis Park, and now they lose it again. And is there a whistle? There is, and the ball is awarded to St. Louis Park, but it's taken right away again back by the Storm. That was Grimm with it. Boy, they just are so quick on defense to get it right back. Now the pass in is blocked by Odos as she's made now 2 nice saves here since the timeout. And that is entertaining Lacrosse watching her play defense as she tries to outlet it. And it's misses the mark and now picked up by number 3, Cassidy Bergstrom. And the Storm have it again. Grimm to number 10, Welder. She'll trot in her right around the 10-yard line on that far hash mark. Now the pass all the way across, gets loose, and quickly there is the Storms. Who is that? That is number 16, McPartland, of course. She does the screen, and in comes Welder, and she beats Odos. Did you see the screen, though, that was set by McPartland after she passed it? Basically like a pick and basketball there, wasn't it? And that is what sprung her loose in front for the goal.
Scoring for Chanhassen, number 10, Allie
So
Welder.
number 10, Welder,
Time of
gets the goal.
13:53. Welder.
Approximately 11 minutes remaining when that goal was scored. It's 16-0. Same score that Benilde beat the Waconia Wildcats. We were there live on YouTube bringing you that one. That was a 16-0 score. So both Chanhassen and Benilde St. Margaret's are 5-1 in the conference. And now Nyan comes off the match, and she does draw a round of applause from the home crowd, and she does deserve it. Number 8, Tatum Nyan, had a spectacular night, dominated that face-off circle, and a huge contributor on the offensive end as well. Gets a welcome break, and the clock continues to wind down as we're in running time. 10 minutes to go. As some Storm now coming onto the field, and it looks like the Orioles are going to just have it handed to them, and they are. And that is number 1, Meg Ridgway for the Orioles, and we just haven't had a lot to say about them on offense. Let's see if they can get one on the board with under 9.5 minutes to go. There is Ridgway. She'll try it on the left side. Last time we were here, she had a nice night with a couple goals. Tonight, those opportunities have been few and far between, and she does get the ball ahead, and now a chance for the Orioles into daylight atop of the key. Gets backed around. You knew she wanted to take a shot, but just couldn't see the opening. Wisely gets it back. Now that you have the ball, you don't want to give it up so fast, I would think, as well. Pass it around, you know, try to work it and do it right. You're not going to win this game. You're down 16-0, but try to execute the plan as best you can, and now there's a turnover. And now that's Bugan in wide open spaces. Gets it to the right side to Stewart. She's got it on the run and way ahead to number 13. That is Lily White as she gets turned back around. But look at the sequence. Pass, pass, pass. Scoring opportunity in like seconds flat. Shows the efficiency of the offense of the Chanhassen Storm. I'll be keeping an eye just because I've seen them play to see how they do in the playoffs. Wherever you get your sports news in the paper, on the internet. But I'll be interested to see if they can make their way to the state tournament, which in years past has been held at Chanhassen, although I wonder if it's not in Stillwater this year. But a few times we've been there over the last several years. The state tournament has been at Chanhassen, and we'll see if they get it there. Now a shot by Bugan and a goal. She just rushed right up the gut and beats Odos for the 17th goal. What were you saying, Howard? Do you know where the state tournament is this year? It is. Okay, Stillwater White Bear Lake will be hosting the state tournament lacrosse for both boys and girls. They usually do them right there at the same time using the same venues. Of course, the Benilde St. Margaret Red Knights, I think they're the 3-time defending champions. So they're obviously looking for another one, and they do have a very strong team. I think they're undefeated at this point, looking to repeat. Meanwhile, back on the field here, the Orioles are down 17-0 with 7 minutes and 14 seconds remaining. We're in running time. You're watching ParkTV 16 Sports. We're streaming live on YouTube, and here comes the Orioles. I believe that's Acklam. It was. Nice job as she rushed it into the zone, and now here come the Orioles, and I get a sense that they might be getting a goal here. I don't know, just a feeling I have. Let's see. We'll see now. Gretchen Fandel-Thompson with it. Good things happen when she has the ball, let me tell you what, and she's directing traffic at the top of the key, now to the far side. And there is a screen and a roll. That is a total basketball move. As you saw, Gretchen Fandel-Thompson, she did the screen and roll. They didn't throw it to her, but she could have accepted a pass. Now Acklam picks it up. Getting harassed, now to the near side. And now a whistle from the side judge on the far side. And are they going to call infraction against the Orioles and give the ball back to the Storm? It appears they are. So a turnover there on the whistle against the Orioles, and now the Storm bring it into the offensive zone, and they lose it. Coming away with it with her second great defensive play of the game. If I can get her number, she's got a long hair, 28, that's who it is. I'm gonna get it. That is Margot Pollock with a great defensive play there. She had one earlier in the first half, and I couldn't get her name. And that's her second one of the night on defense. So a bright spot there for the Orioles tonight as they have the ball now. That's number 22, Kate Grimm. So there's a Grimm on both teams here. Look at her weave in and out. And oh, great opportunity and a shot and a save by number 22 for the Storm, Colleran. And that was their best scoring opportunity of the night. That came with about 5.5 minutes to go here in the second half, and the Orioles will retain possession. I had a feeling they were going to get one, and they almost came right there. Let's see if they still have the same kind of energy. They come right in on the goal, shot, and a goal. There it is. The goose egg is gone, and that is a big deal for the Orioles as they get on the board to get that goal. Something to celebrate late. And do you know who got that one, Howard? Fandel-Thompson.
For St. Louis Park, number 10,
So that is Gretchen Fandel-Thompson's sister, Lillian Fandel-Thompson, who's been much more quiet. They put the kibosh on her on defense, and she did free herself up to get the goal. She's their leading goal scorer on the year, and finally she gets on there herself, and the Orioles get up there. It's 17-1, but that's a big, deep breath there to get on the board. Shows their perseverance, and that's one of the great things about high school sports is the sort of character it builds, suffering through games like this, but still persevering, fighting. Good life lessons, even when you lose, for sure. In fact, maybe more when you lose. So now here comes the Storm with it. Will they try to add and make up that one they gave up, but not before Acklam intercepts it in her own zone, and a nice outlet pass, and the Orioles look really good. Here they come, rushing down in the middle, going to the left, in the top of the key, weaving all the way in, takes the shot and the save. Nicely made by the Storm's goaltender, Katie Colleran. But what a rush that was. Do you know who that was, which player that was? Lillian Fandel-Thompson. I can't read their numbers from this far away, so it's hard for me to tell. And now there's a shot. So great opportunity again by Lillian Fandel-Thompson, and she should be the one taking the shots. She is their leading goal scorer, and she almost got her second one, showing her speed and ability out there for sure. Now here come the Storm back on offense as we approach 3 minutes to go. They lead 17-1. Last regular season game for both teams. And now on the far side, that is number 11. Oh, I don't have a name for number 11. All right, that's number 16, Allie McPartland. 11 is Claire Williams. Okay, thank you, Howard. Yes. And now that is 14. I know her. That's Hannah Grimm. She has a couple goals on the night, but not that time. Storm, though, take another shot, and this time it gets by her. That looked like number 3, Cassidy Bergstrom, I believe. 18-1. That 18th goal comes with approximately 2 minutes remaining because that's what there is right now. The time continues to wind down.
Scoring for Chanhassen,
And
number 7,
there's probably going to be
Ava
just enough time
Stewart.
for
The
another
assist goes to
face-off.
number 13, Lily White. Time at the goal, 22:47. Stewart from White at 22.
So Stewart will get credited with that goal. Lily White on the assist for goal number 18. Clock now at 1.5 minutes remaining. As we wind down the 2023 Girls Varsity Metro West Conference season. Sections will be determined this weekend, and we will find out next week where both these schools will be playing in the tournament. Storm win that face-off and have the ball. Will they go for one more? It's kind of hard not to tell them to, especially if they're reserves that don't play often. I certainly would want to try to score, and they should.
1 minute remaining in the second
Now
half.
1 minute remaining, and Grimm gets it taken away nicely by the Orioles on defense. Can't see her number, but she did a nice job. I'm looking directly into the sun. Now ball loose at midfield, 42 seconds remaining. Whistle, and it looks like the Orioles will retain possession. And again, that's Cassidy Bergstrom on the far side. I believe that's Stewart or Bugan. Ball on the far side. Clock now at 21 seconds remaining. Storm are likely just to wind down the clock here. I'd be surprised if they try to take a shot. 12 seconds remaining. I'm sure they won't. Good sportsmanship on display here by the Storm. Clock now at 4 seconds. 3, 2, 1. And there is the horn signaling the end of this one. The Storm dominate. They score 18 on the night. Park gets on the board late for 1, and that is our final score. So for Paul Broden, our producer, and everyone connected with ParkTV 16 Sports, thank you for listening. My name is Robert Christensen, and we'll see you again.